Today we are going to get organized with some functional planning, so stay tuned. Hello and welcome back to my channel. I love a pretty planner. I am obsessed with having a pretty planner, but I also am obsessed with being organized and getting things done. Getting things done is so motivating for the next day and the next day, also working towards dreams and goals. I'm going to walk you through the way I plan from taking the idea or the task from my head or from a phone call or whatever through until the day when it's done. So what I have here are 3 different sizes and designs of things because I want you to be able to see the differences. Oftentimes when you have a planner, your daily sheet or your weekly sheet is going to look very similar in style to say your monthly or your to-do list. So I've purposely brought out 3 different things just so it's easier to follow in the video. So I'm going to use this hot pink post-it list as my master to-do list, and that's actually what I've been using lately. It works great. I can have it on my desk. If I need to take it with me, I can just pull off the paper and put it into my planner. Then I have this monthly spread. I just printed this off of the internet. It's from shiningmom.com, and she has some really pretty free printable planner pages or calendar pages. So if you're looking for that, check her out. I'll put the link in the description below. And then I have my daily sheets. This is what I've been using every day and I absolutely love them. So I'm going to use those, but I'm also going to do a separate example. I'm going to go through the daily, how I would do it daily, and then I'm going to go through and show you how I used to do it weekly. So either one of those, whatever one works best for you, you can try or tweak and do it whatever way works for you. But first we're going to start with how I go to daily. Before we even get to that step, we need to get all the stuff that's in our head down on paper. I'll just take a piece of scratch paper, something that didn't print, and I'll write on the back. And usually I like to have things A5, so I'll fold everything in half, and then it's easier for me to write on this smaller piece of paper. I just find that a big white space is a bit overwhelming. If I have an A5, then it seems more manageable and I can just brainstorm everything that's in my head to get it down on a piece of paper so that's not stressing me out in my head and it's more linear instead of just being a big jumble mess that's sort of overlapping and swirling around all the time. When it's in a list, not only is it out of my head, but it's in a linear line of things and it's a lot easier for my brain to process and it's a lot less stressful. I like to have a nice, neat master to-do list. Sometimes I like to have it in different sections, not very often. If you like to section it out, this would be a great thing to do first. I have a whole video on master to-do lists, so I will link you up in the description below, and you can watch that after this one. Actually, lately I've been talking about a lot of different elements, and in this video I'm bringing them all together so that you can have this one place and then go off to watch the other ones afterwards. I love having a brain dump. If I'm overwhelmed, if I'm stressed, getting this down on paper gets it out of my head, takes away the stress. For me, it's a type of self-care to get rid of the stress, to have it on paper. Just don't lose the papers. If I was to stop here, I would hole punch this, put it in here, or put it on my desk where it wouldn't get lost. But we're going to keep going. Brain dump is the first thing. Then we're going to move on to the master to-do list and we're going to list these here. So I've already done that to save time, so I'm just going to stick that right back on. So we have our master to-do list. Next, what we're going to do is to go to our dream list, which I talked about recently as well, and a link to that video will be in the description. Then I'm going to take the one dream that I want to work on and I'm going to add it to my master to-do list. So I've got my dream on my list. We've got the whole master to-do list. So we're done with this because we've copied everything over. So that's finished. You can recycle this. This we're going to set aside for 2 seconds while we look at our week. So I've got September up here. So I've gone ahead and filled out all the things that are going on in my life, appointments that I have, things that are going on with the kids, etc. Everything is here so far. We're going to take this week here, the 5th to the 11th, and we're going to work on that. What you want to do is assess your week coming up. So for example, this week I know that they're going to be starting school the week after, so that's going to be super busy, but also this week will probably be busy as well because we're sort of getting ready for school, buying all of the things, packing school bags, making sure everyone has everything they need for the next week. I don't want to put in too many things from my master to-do list compared to a week that is less busy. So the idea here is to look at your week and see how much time you have to dedicate to doing other things. If you see that you're already going to be run off your feet, then don't put too much on your plate. But if you see that it's more of a relaxing week, you have a lot of downtime, then you can put more stuff in. We're going to put this week as super busy and this week as sort of moderate. So we're not going to add too many things, but we can still get some stuff done. Then you're going to go to your master to-do list. In the master to-do list, I go more into detail of how you can pick things, but what I'm going to do now is look at my semi-busy week and decide what I'm going to do, because I don't put them directly into all 5 of the daily sheets. I start with Monday and then I work from there. So let's see, we're going to have to do some back to school shopping, and I will just highlight the things that I think I can get done. Also taking into account things that are priority and things that need to get done. So what I need to get done and what I think I can get done in this week will get highlighted. And also, every week, I'm going to work on that dream goal. Once I have the highlights, then I'm going to either, if it has a specific day to it, I will put it on that specific day. But if not, I will leave it here unless it's on Monday. That's just the way I work. You can put them in all your days. I'll show you in a second how I did it when I did it weekly, but I just start with the Monday, and then I can work with what I didn't get done on Monday and move that forward. As you're putting things from your master to-do list into your planner, make sure that you are really assessing this list. Are there things on here that you can delegate? Are there things on here that have been on here for a month and you can just get rid of? Because if you haven't done it already, you're not going to do it, or just get it done because it's been on there so long. Are there things on here that really aren't important and are just on here because you think they need to be, and you can get rid of those? So you want to minimize your list as much as possible, either by deleting or delegating. And then you're just going to plan it in. And like I said, make sure you spread it out. Don't put it all on Monday like I used to do. Don't put too much on any given day, because if your list is too long and you don't finish your list, you're just going to get discouraged and you're going to lose motivation. And it's just not fun to have a to-do list that's not finished. Keep your list short and sweet, and that way it's a lot easier to get everything crossed off. Weekly, however, is a little bit different for me. So these steps are all the same. But then once we get to the actual planner, this is my Good Morning Good Life planner that I haven't really used much. What I will do, this one is actually not a good example, and I'll show you why in a minute. We could use this, but I'll show you in my Bloom planner instead. This is from March. Let's find a week. Okay, if I'm in a weekly spread, what I will do is take all the highlighted things and I will list them here. Usually I will have a work list and a life list. Let me show you. So I've gotten everything that I want to do this week listed here from the master to-do list. Now I just have this in one spot, and I can say, okay, what can I do on Monday? Oh, this needs to be done on Thursday, or I can do this on the weekend. So then I would populate my planner going forward from this list. And I was missing that when I switched to the daily planner, and that's where I came up with having my master to-do list on a separate list that I could incorporate into my planner or have on my desk, instead of having my master to-do list in my planner, which is what I did before. And I would just flip it back and forth as I wrote out my to-do list for the week. That's the weekly version. It works really well for me, except that I didn't have enough room. So when it came to buy a new planner, I just decided to stick with these daily sheets. If you found this video helpful, or if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what your biggest aha moment was in this video. Check out the links in the description below for the other videos that I mentioned here, the master to-do list, the dream list, and everything else. The cart will be opening this week for pre-order for the advent calendars. If you want an advent calendar that has self-care and stationery and all kinds of fun stuff, make sure you follow me on Instagram, because I'll let you know there when the cart is open. Make sure you come back next week, because we will be planning for September, and that's going to be really fun. So if you're not subscribed already, you can do that here by clicking on my little face. Here are 2 more videos that I think you will like. Please leave me an apple emoji in the comments below for back to school. Have a fantastic day and happy planning.